Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving on to Unit 5, where we're going to be working on long division. So this is Lesson 1, Part A. I'm going to show you a couple of different methods, and we're going to practice both, and then you can work with the one that you like. So this first one is called expanded notation. Here is our I can statement. So go ahead and write this down. Remember, if you need to stop the video, please do so. I can divide whole numbers by a one-digit number using the expanded notation method. All right, first of all, I want to make sure you understand the parts of a division problem. So look at this one, 43 divided by 6. This happens to equal 7, and we have a remainder of 1. Now, a lot of times you'll see this problem written like this, where you have 43 inside the bar, the division symbol. Okay, that is called your dividend. So that's usually the larger number being separated into smaller groups. The 6 is called the divisor. And when we see division problems like this, it's the one written outside of the division symbol. So that's the number of groups that the dividend is being separated into. So we're taking 43, putting it into 6 groups, and this is going to be our quotient, the answer, the number of items that will be in each group. So in this form, you'll see it at the end. Now, we know that 7 times 6 is 42, so if we subtract, we have 1 left. So that's called our remainder. That's the number that's left over and does not fit into an equal group. So 43 can be divided into 6 groups. There will be 7 items in each group with 1 left over. All right, so we have a dividend and a divisor. Our answer is the quotient. So let's look at how the expanded notation method works with a problem like this. All right, so I'm going to rewrite it in the, we'll call this the bar format. All right. Let me go back. Now, I don't know how many times 7 goes into this number, but what I want to be looking at is how many times can 7 go into 3, or we could think of it as 3,000, but actually 7 doesn't go into 3, so it works better to say how many times does 7 go into 38? So I know that 7 times 5 is 35. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 5 here, and I'm going to put zeros for the rest of these. So really what I'm saying is 7 goes into 3,800 or 3,800 500 times. 500 times 7 is 3,500. So I'm going to subtract, and when I do that, I have 322 left over. So now I'm going to ask myself, okay, how many times will 7 go into 32 or 320? Well, I know that 4 times 7 is 28. So 40 times 7 is 280. So what I'm doing is using numbers that are easy to work with, numbers that end with zeros. So 40 times 7 is 280. I'm going to subtract and see how many I have left. I have 42 left. So how many 7s go into 42? And that would be 6. 6 times 7 is 42. So when I subtract, I have nothing left. I have no remainder. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at what I have up here and combine them, add them up. 500 plus 40 plus 6 is simply 546. So expanded notation is also known as the easy number method. It's just working with easy numbers. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so 4,595 is my dividend divided by the divisor of 6. So 6 doesn't go into 4, but 6 can go into 45. Let's see. I know that 7 times 6 is 42. 8 times 6 is 48, so that's too high. So I'm going to use 7, and since I still have 2 places left, I'm going to use 2 zeros and do 6 times 700. So I know that 6 times 7 is 42 plus the 2 zeros, and I'm going to subtract. So now I'm down to 395. So how many 6's in 395? Well, I'm going to think about how many 6's are in 39, and I know there are 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. That's too high. So I'm going to use 6. And since I have one digit left, I'm going to use 60 because 6 times 60 is 360. So I'm going to subtract, and I have 35 left. So how many 6's are in 35? Well, I know 5 times 6 is 30, so I'm going to subtract, and I have 5 left. Now, I have this number is less than 6, so that ends up being my remainder. I combined 760 and 5 to get 765, and then I need to report my remainder. Now, I believe in 4th grade, you just reported it with an R, and we're going to do that for now. I'll show you how to report it as a fraction later. So my answer is 765, remainder 5. All right. Now, one of the nice things that we can do is check our division with multiplication. So the quotient, or the answer, times this divisor should give us our dividend. So when we multiply this out, we end up getting 3,822. Now let me show you down here what that looks like when you, whoops, sorry about that, what that looks like when you have a remainder. So we're going to take the 765 times the 6. Okay, when I multiply that all out, this is what I get. And then what we do is we simply add our remainder at the end. And as you can see, it gives us the number that we started out. So multiplying to check your division is a really good idea. All right, here are a couple of practice problems. I would like you to try this easy number or expanded notation method. Remember, you're thinking about, okay, the 6 doesn't go into 2. How many 6's are in 24? Put that number here, and then you're going to add a couple zeros, multiply it, subtract, see what you have left, and go back to the top. How many 6's are in that number? If you have to go back and look at the video again, feel free. Okay, we'll practice some more together. I will see you soon.